It'd be so obvious.
Okay.
Yeah, I was
Don't read the messages.
I initiated it on you.
Shit.
I'm sure you did.
I'm just me.
All right, let's get everyone here before we start.
Zach,
Ow, what do you want me to sit over there?
Guardian Angel was right here.
can we talk about
Did
first
you guys knew that Anthony was a mafia the whole time?
I did.
What the fuck,
Yeah,
Sheriff?
you did.
I kept taking them out because they voiced it, so we collated them out. We knocked them down like dominoes. It was Josh first because Josh was the first one to get it.
I know.
Zach has your back
Matthew.
hard. I saved
And then
Guys, Matthew's actually raising his hand.
Yeah.
So you picked 7 Mafia, right? And Graham, Aaron, and Jesse were eliminated. So there were 4 Mafia left, and you said there were 9 left in the game, right?
5.
Oh!
So the game's.
So you ended it early? Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
The civilians
That-
won!
You know what? This
that-
is a lesson on social awareness. 1K for
Th-
everyone.
thousand credits.
that's
Right, 1,000 credits for Matthew for being good awareness.
Yeah.
Hell
He was
yeah.
dead. How did you
1,000
know?
credits for Matthew. So whoever
That's
scribed.
actually valid.
Right. Yeah, I might have ended the game a little early, but we had fun.
It was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. Next time I'm gonna be.
Damn,
like,
bulldozer.
Okay, Matthew gets credits
For being aware. Social
So
awareness.
give it to the slug.
And then we're just missing Nick and Alex.
Little
And then
bro.
Aaron just went to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Who's smoking?
Wait,
Are you asking to go smoke?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Wow, that was fun.
Oh,
Yeah, it's your blood sugar's low.
I know.
good old fashioned
We
game
know
of
too.
mafia to bring the people together.
Yeah.
We know too.
Who likes that game? Raise your hand.
Pretty fun.
It's
All
fun,
right,
game.
I like this game a lot.
All right, cool. Yeah, that's a fun game. Definitely utilize our deception.
Erica, we just played Mafia and it was awesome.
I like how we changed the computer.
I know, I'm super jealous.
Oh my god. Quiet down.
Quiet in the back.
Quiet from the peanut gallery. Peanut butter falcon.
Peanut butter. Aw.
Okay. We got Nick back. We're just waiting on Alex.
Nickelback.
We got Aaron back.
Sorry about that.
Graham's back.
Graham, death by protein.
It's like the cinnamon challenge.
Honorable. That's a Chad way to go, bro.
A Chad way to go.
That's a Chad way to go.
Oh.
He is a Chad.
Not a Karen.
Yeah, Chad's a good thing.
Oh.
My face
Uh,
is fun.
Does someone want to go check on Alex? See where she's at?
She's eating for her blood sugar.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I thought you said you guys did.
We did. I didn't know she was eating
He wasn't
oranges.
paying attention.
Well, she left like 5 minutes ago. That's why I'm wondering, like.
It takes more than 5 minutes. Come on.
It's a delicate art. Peeling the orange.
I just rip it in half and then you just.
But then the juice goes everywhere and then you're all sticky.
Then you put it up, and then it's a whole nother thing.
Let the house dry.
Who remembers that song? Icky Vicky.
Ooh, ooh. Hey Vicky, why are you so icky? Never mind.
I love that show. Bro. You guys just won serious points with me.
My shiny teeth and me. Shiny teeth.
I'm a
Shiny
chip
teeth.
barely on parents. Alright, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Bring it back.
Okay.
What if I also
Yeah, that's a good time for you.
I'm appalled that you guys didn't go first.
Behind you. Yeah. There she is. Ryan.
Understood.
They can't see us on this side. It's only that side.
All right, Ryan. We're just gonna wait for you.
Jose's mom.
Okay. All right. I want everybody to be completely quiet. Nothing to be said. Beautiful. Milo, come on out. No talking.
If you talk, it's 1,000 words.
If you talk, it's 1,000 words.
Oh,
honest monologue? Yeah.
I can talk.
I mean, you want to get honest?
What about?
I mean, come on, dog. You know what to do.
What to do about what?
About the essay.
I already wrote the reflections for all the essay.
I get that, but like, what happened? Just get honest, bro.
About the 2 essays? The
Yeah,
1,000s?
that whole situation.
1,000s? I sent in the 1,000s.
Yeah, but just, bro. Just say what happened.
I didn't bring them home. That's what I thought I was getting the strikes for. And I took them. And we moved
But what'd
on.
you try to do?
Well, I tried to get out of them, but I wrote them anyways. I mean, I sent both of them in. I have all 3 essays and they're separate essays.
Yeah, but like, when did you write the last essay?
I wrote the last essay before I turned it in. I don't understand the question.
Did you try to get away with turning in old essays? Just say yes or no, bro. Just.
I have in
to
the
get on
past,
this
but
stuff.
not in this particular instance. But
Then what happened the other night?
I turned in the essays as I should have. The only mistake I made is I didn't bring them home and turn them in physically right away. So I took the words for that. That's what I knew that you guys thought it was more than that, and I just wrote the words anyways, because I'm like almost 10 months here, and I write the words. If you guys give me words, that's it.
Where were they at if you didn't bring them home?
At work, because I write my essays at work a lot of times.
Where do you work?
Parks and Rec. I went and got them and brought them home. G-Man probably still has them inside the folder. Anthony checked over them, looked at the discrepancies, and we all agreed that it was fine. But, you know, I just figured that this was like a comeuppance for other essays I've turned in that weren't fucking right, so I just fucking wrote them. I mean, it's an act of willingness sometimes.
Let's hear from G-Man.
And Josh. Why don't they both come up and sit next to
Graham
Milo?
too. What's Graham got to say?
I just.
You gotta raise your hand, please.
He did.
Yeah, I did. Or just Milo, the act of willingness piece. Sorry, man, I have to call this like you have problems with like 300 word and 1,000 word essays that you're calling G-Man, and we're talking about like spending lots of time on. So if you like really fight for like justice, right? So to think that you just wrote 7 or 8K that wasn't just while you're calling G-Man, while you're at work over a 300 word and 1,000 word essay, it doesn't really make much sense. Why would you just write those words and not,
I did end up
fight
writing
it way harder. You're fighting way smaller things and you just did those.
Okay,
I
you
did
did end
write-
up writing them.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's hear what they have to say.
I wrote the 300 as
Milo,
well.
let's hear what they have to say.
So you were fine until you brought home your essays, and then all of a sudden there's a reflection essay, and you just all of a sudden you had it done, and me and Josh compared it because there was 2 essays that looked very similar, and I said, God, these look the same. And then Josh looked at them and said, no, these are different. But then one of the essays turned out to be the same essay that you turned in for the new reflection essay. And we compared the 2, and it was word for word, it was the same fucking exact essay. And then all of a sudden you're showing Anthony some other essay saying it's not the same essay. But we sat there for fucking ever and we made sure, and it was the one we zoomed in, it was the same one, but it was the new reflection essay that you turned in that you magically just had to go play video games or whatever. And that's just a fact. I mean, there was, no reason to make that shit up. I mean, it's that simple. You know what I mean? And I had Josh, right side by side with me looking at the same fucking essay. That's all it was. It was that simple. Didn't have to be that complicated.
I'm wondering why you sent it to G-Man directly, even though he's essay monitor, when you know you're supposed to send it to the group chat. And then also the essay, I think I noticed, if I'm not mistaken, that first 1K didn't have an essay form on it the night you were playing video games.
I don't know what you're referring to. I don't know which essay he's referring to. The 1K that didn't have an essay form on it. I'm like not sure. So I don't really know what he's talking about.
What about all the other shit they just said?
Yeah, I get the other shit they said. I turned in the essays over the phone, and yeah, I should be sending them to the group chat, which like today I sent them to the group chat and to G-Man, and then I just turned the essays in physically, which is on me, and so like that's why I got it and why I wrote it.
Why don't you put your date and your name on the essays either? You don't put them on physically on the essay. Did you remember what we learned in school? Put your name, date. It wasn't on.
No, I've never done
In
that.
school?
Yes, at school I've done it, but I've never done it here. It's
Well,
never.
you should be doing that.
Would you like me to do that?
Yes, it would save this whole thing.
Well, I didn't have an understanding because it wasn't a
Now there's
rule.
doubt.
I understand there's doubt.
Why don't you walk through the entire start to finish? How exactly you turned in your essays, to whom, and how you verified that it was a proper essay for the proper night and the proper assignment?
I don't know. This all sounds really confusing. I got struck for 2 things. Both 1Ks. I wrote the words at work, and I sent them into G-Man.
On what day?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
You would.
You fucking remember, dog.
I really don't remember.
G-Man and Josh, do you remember?
I have it all on my phone, it's all dated. I mean, on my phone.
Monday.
So I sent them on Monday then. Or Sunday into Monday. I don't know. One of those days. And then the next day I got a 1K. And I had written the 1K, so I turned in that 1K. And I brought the other words in, like back with me.
Where did you write that 1K?
I write them at work a lot of times, so I wrote the 1K at work. Maybe finished up a bit of it. I don't know, I'm writing words all the time, so I just don't really remember where I'm writing every single piece of every word. But either at
You
work or
wrote
here.
a 1K at work and then left the 2K at work, but brought home one of the 1K.
No, I brought home all of it. I brought home
You
all
said
of it.
you left them at work.
I leave them at work periodically. I have a book at work that I leave there.
You don't have to die on this hill.
I'm not dying on any hill.
Are you worried about getting caught for, like, what would happen if you get caught for this at this point in the house?
No,
What's the
really.
concern? Why would you write a 5,000 word essay on lying when you weren't lying about it? When you fight strikes all the time?
I tried to fight it, bro.
Yeah, but if you had proof, which is like physical essays.
I gave the proof to Anthony and we went through it.
You don't even need to fight it then. You have the proof. Why would you write a 5,000 word
Anthony
essay for
agreed
something
with
you
my
didn't?
proof.
Right. Well, then, so something's up.
Anthony agreed with the proof that I
And
gave
you
him.
still wrote a 5,000 or 8,000
Because he just said he didn't want to do it.
Have this is your guys' house.
Yeah, it
Peers.
sounds like they didn't see the proof.
G-Man was
sounds like
there
you
with
showed-
us.
But you showed Anthony a different
Yeah,
essay.
and you were lying. You
Like,
gave
dude-
me the essay. Bro, why would I make this up? Why would me and Josh make this up? Why would me and Josh look at the damn essay? Why are you wasting my time with this shit?
It's kind of how I feel, but
No, man, straight to the
day.
day. I don't even get where you're coming from. I'm trying to wrap my head around your head, dog.
Like 25,000 words for it, for turning in the same essay from work, you know, pictures of them. I told you about this. It didn't help me,
Matthew, what's up?
I'd just like to clarify, so he sent a photo of an old essay because it wasn't X'd out, so it was an old photo that he had?
No.
Okay, so
Let's let G-Man clarify. Don't mind?
He sent in
Yeah,
S.
just tell him how
the essays work when they send them in. Can I do that real quick?
So he sent in essays, right?
yeah.
But then he had a 1K and he was on reflection when he got home. So he had another essay he put in the basket and I just left it there for until dinner would arrive. And then me and Josh had already had these 2 essays that looked very similar and we compared the 2. So one of those essays ended up being his reflection essay. And all of a sudden he's like, oh, I got my essay done, I'm good,
Let's talk about
I'm off
photos, right?
reflection.
No, so, okay, so
He
listen,
texted-
so today, before dinner, say I have a 1K, and I texted in that 1K. Dinner passes, that essay got counted.
I got given another 1K at dinner today. And then I turned in that same essay I sent the picture of
Got
so
it.
that I can play video games in the garage.
So how it works with,
I
when you
understand.
send your essays in,
Yeah, you still
you
have to
send it
put-
in, and as soon as you get back home, you give it to the essay monitor, so they
I
can
completely
exit
get it.
out and put it in the pile.
Yeah.
So if you don't do that, it's not counted by midnight.
And you
gotta redo
put
it.
the essay form on it.
Yes, essay form on it, and make sure you put
As
your
it's
name and
turned
date
in.
on the paper itself as well, so this does not even become an issue.
Okay. Got it.
It should just be common practice.
I'll bring essay forms to work. So I can do
Not
that.
just the essay forms, on the paper itself, without the essay forms, it needs to have
And then
the
when you
name
get
and the
home,
date.
Or make your own
staple
essay
it.
form.
Make an essay form for that date that you were issued it, and turn it in as soon as you get home, or else you're still on reflections.
Okay. Understood.
So if it's 1K, and if you're on reflections,
Yeah.
and you don't finish it the same day, like, it doesn't increase or anything, right? You can be
No.
on reflections as long as you want.
Yeah,
So why would you text it in anyways? Why wouldn't you just turn it in physically as soon as you got home? Because you'd still be off reflections as soon as you got home.
Sherlock Holmes shit.
I always turn in my essays through the phone. It's just
Why?
like
So you're completely true throughout all these interactions, like with G-Man and the essays this week.
bro, I said that in the past I've turned in bunk essays.
So possibly this
I'm-
week.
I'm
Not
totally
all of them
admitting
were
to that.
Completely, you didn't do any tomfoolery with the essays this week.
With the 1Ks in question, I did exactly what I believe I should do, which is turn in the 1Ks. And I turned in the 1Ks and then
So-
brought
oh,
them.
fuck.
like-
You're not saying yes or no, like yeah. So
Yeah,
so it's
I
kinda
Can I ask something?
did what I
again?
thought I was supposed to.
So there's the two 1Ks you send. You're at work, you send them in. You have two 1Ks,
Yeah.
and then you're on the live, so you hear that you get another K, and then so you start writing.
Yeah.
Your third K. You come home. Where's those 2K? You left them at work,
No, like
or
they
they're
were.
in the notebook at home with you.
I,
You just said you left them at work.
I said I have a book at work that I usually leave there.
And
I
you-
send those 2K in.
And
Then
you
G-Man
start
tells
writing-
G-Man tells me I need your other 2K, and then I go get them. That's
You
like
send in all your essays, whatever you send.
When did
Yeah,
you find out you had
know
the
that.
1K?
You know that.
at work.
At work, and when did you start writing it?
At work.
On what notebook?
Adina,
A separate
That right
notebook?
there's a strike.
Or the same
They're
notebook?
not posted.
thank you.
Well, all of it, yeah, there's a lot of that. But why would me and Josh try and prove you wrong? Like, why would we waste all of our fucking time to do this shit? Why would we go out of our fucking way so you could go to show Anthony some other shit? Why the fuck would we make this shit up, dog? Why the fuck was I yelling at you the other night about this shit? Why, dude? Why? What? Why the fuck do you think I'm wasting my time? I've got all these essays to do all the time. Why am I going out and wait just to do all this fucking shit for you, bro?
If
like,
I
I'm
wrote-
like trying to do this on purpose.
If I wrote three,
Why would I do that?
If I wrote 3 essays, why would I turn in one of the essays that I'd already turned in if I have 3 fucking essays written? How does
Why
that
didn't you
make sense?
Just turn them all in at the same time.
I gave them all to him, and I gave them all
the
to Anthony.
next day.
No, dog.
The next day when he asked for
The
them,
next day.
that's when he asked for them.
You turned
I said that was my part, is not turning them in immediately when I got home, and that's why I wrote the 8K. So I don't understand. I wrote the words for it.
I still just don't believe you wrote 8K for like that small of a mistake, or like relatively small mistake.
I've written
When you
8K
fight-
for
when you-
smaller
when
mistakes.
You're fighting over like these random minuscule strikes all the time.
I've written 8K
Calling
for
G-Man-
smaller
calling G-Man
mistakes.
While you're listening to the live, calling G-Man
I've written
after work
8K
and
for
shit.
smaller mistakes. I've
Understand?
written more than
It
8K for
just-
smaller mistakes.
Yeah, it's just.
So so that's what it is. Like
You're being truthful,
You
sure. I
wrote,
believe
this
you.
is it. You wrote 8K.
Yeah.
That's great. We're just looking at something about essays at work. And maybe you've written an essay before the words are posted. Is that what we're talking about?
yeah, I wrote the essay before the words were posted after the live was on. I was watching the live, saw it was 1K, and I started writing my essay. Is that wrong? Yes. Is that a strike? Yes.
So we've never really had this situation where people are watching live and hearing the word count at dinner. This is something new.
You have to mute it from now on.
Mute it from the strikes.
Yeah. Where was Milo?
But that's not it.
G-Man.
It's that he turned in
Where was Milo when you guys were looking at that at the essay?
Oh, he wasn't. He was. Where was he?
In the garage
He
playing
turned.
video
Yeah, he
He
was playing his
was
video
already
game.
here.
Yeah, he was already here. He turned in the same essay that he sent in from the night before.
Bro, people aren't that stupid.
Right?
Bro.
No. This is
They're not
clearly
that
just.
stupid, and
No.
it doesn't have to be this
I
serious.
have a
Just fucking
question.
talk to it.
I don't.
Or hit the table.
He was with Mason
Seriously.
the next day,
I'll hit the
early
table.
morning.
We're not fucking stupid,
Was
bro.
there any time
Go
he
hit the
was
table,
writing
get paper and a
He
pen.
was writing in the car.
with you? That would have been.
Because I had more words.
He was writing in the car.
Yeah,
I
but none of
always
this
have
matters
words,
because he
bro.
turned in a bunk essay.
We have
Adina's-
other shit.
Correct. Adina's handed up.
Yeah, I just want to clarify for Mason, because what you said was like talking about him pre-writing words, or not pre-writing, but writing them before they're posted. That was just an observation I made. That's not what this conversation's about. Like,
Correct.
Yeah.
right? You know that?
No.
Do you know that?
This conversation is about essays that he turned in that could be already pre-written or reused, right?
No, yes, yeah, okay, I just wanna make sure that we weren't
Stop kicking the
talking about the pre-writing, like, that's not the big picture.
Correct.
Okay.
Sarah?
Also, one more thing, when Graham said like something like, did you like lie about these 2 essays? And he's like, these 2 essays this week? No, not these 1Ks. He's also not saying he didn't do it for his other essays. Like he literally just said that.
No, I'm saying I did do it for a lot of other essays.
It's like if you're admitting to doing that this week and you're in trouble for doing it, it's just like.
That's why I said I was fine with writing the words, because I knew that I had fucked up and turned in bunk essays in the past, not a few times.
How many do you think?
Have I done in my entire Graceland career here?
Yeah.
Bunk essays?
Yeah.
Did you guys go back to your work to pick up the essays the next day?
No.
Then how did you end up turning them in the next day?
I ended up I had them at work. And I brought them back with me in the folder. And I have a work folder
It's
at
not that
work.
big of a deal. It's not that, like, dude.
It is
this
that
a
serious,
bigger
bro.
Deal, though, than
It is that
not
serious.
copying. Yeah,
'Cause
not
I had-
copying to it is way bigger.
Because I have words.
You're not sounding like. You're not
I'm saying, like, what I'm saying is I have a compendium of words at work that I use.
Right, so that's, and you're saying you didn't reuse any of those this week?
Not for the
this
1Ks.
week, not for the 1K?
Not for the 1Ks. I'll use them for
5K?
smaller. I'll use them
2K?
for, not for the 5K or the 2K.
So possibly an essay this week was reused?
Yeah, there was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's what I started by saying that.
Let's hear from Ali and then Adina.
So, like, when Graham asks you these questions, instead of just straight up answering the question, you give a whole rundown. You don't need a whole rundown. If you did it, you did it. If you didn't, you didn't. I'm not saying you did, I'm not saying you didn't, but when Graham asks you these questions, just answer them straight up. Because then whenever you start going on about, well, whoa, whoa, like, then that makes them think, like, well, why are you giving us this whole, we don't even ask for the whole track record, we're asking you a question, you just have to give us that answer to the question, not the whole
Strike
track.
Sean for reading a book at group.
Not the whole rundown of what you did in the past or what you did, whatever but just answer the question straight up, because then it might help your situation.
Real quick, Sean's on the feedback program.
What you got, dog?
I mean, I wrote this pull up at dinner because I just hearing about it, I didn't know all the in depths of it, but I was just like, yeah, it's like causing confusion. I can't really remember exactly what I wrote, but it was just like turn them in like in person and avoid the whole texting thing so you don't cause all this. Because it just sounded, and now I'm hearing more, and it's just, yeah, it doesn't sound like things are adding up at all. But I'm just here listening to it and getting new information. But when I first heard about it, I thought it was pretty, like, this could be easily avoided. Going to lengths to, you know, for, you know, I wouldn't be turning in my essays like through text. Like I would try and get them, you know, I'd want them physically handed in to save myself. I don't know why, you know, cover your bases.
Yeah. Yep.
But just texting them in, it's really like, it's really easy to like double dip like that and be, now I'm hearing more, and it's like, yeah, we'll
Yeah, I write all my 1Ks the same way. Even if you look at the 2 pictures I sent G-Man, they look like almost the same essay, but they are different. And having understood that, there's a bunch of essays that I have that I've sent in and haven't ever been turned in. And so those, like, I know they can't be reused logically, but those could be reused, and I have reused them. So I'm fine with writing the amount of words for doing that fuckery. I know it wasn't a good thing to do, and yeah, shit, like, that's where I'm with it. I didn't fuck around with these last fucking 8K words.
You'd be fine with writing whatever amount of words that is.
Why do you have a bunch of 1Ks that weren't turned in?
Not.
Wait.
Why?
Yeah.
Well, I write, okay, so it's not all 1Ks, but it's like 300s, 400s, 500s, 200s. I just have like extra essays that
And
I
you just
send
don't-
pictures in.
You don't turn them in when you get home?
I send pictures in and I don't turn them in.
I got everything.
Yeah, where they at work?
Yeah, they're at work.
All of them?
Yeah.
And what
You
would
have
happen if
no
we didn't
pre-written
write-
essays in this house, in the villa,
Nope.
anywhere on this property?
None.
So if we were to go with you when you go to work tomorrow, you'd have them to hand to us?
I'd have a bunch. I've used up a lot in the last week because I've been getting fucked. So in the last 2-3
So
weeks,
you've
I've
just been using them consistently.
in the last
on
2-3
daily?
weeks.
Just
Not on the daily.
Just not the one day you got caught. What the fuck
No,
are
he
you
just
talking
he
about?
just said he didn't use them for the 8K, which he was the penalty for getting them. So you
Come
low
on,
key
bro.
are admitting
Save,
to,
like,
yeah.
there's other
He
people.
just said
There's
open to
newcomers
8K.
here that
Yeah.
need help,
Dude.
bro. And we're sitting here talking about this bullshit.
All right, let's run it. Let's run it then.
Alright,
So
so
you, all right. So you did it.
so that strike was proper.
Just
Lying
say it,
was
bro.
proper.
I really didn't believe I did it, but okay.
What the?
I really didn't believe I turned into one.
You gotta be
Guys,
like a.
they're with their hands up.
Yes.
It was Adina, then Josh, then Dara.
I do want to first clarify for
And then
newcomers, when they do get their phone, you have to text in your essay if you're not going to be at dinner by the time the essay monitor reads them out, or they're late. Now, in addition to that, you also need to bring in the essay with the proper form. So you can't choose one or the other. You got to do both. You got to do it properly.
And let's make this clear, no reflections essay sent on the phone. They have, you don't have a time limit to really to.
There is that too, but
You shouldn't be sending those in.
That's
Anything
valid.
under a reflection needs to be turned in on the
That's
phone, but it needs to be turned in as soon as you get home. And essay monitor, if they don't turn it in, you gotta be on top of that by the time they get home. Double their words.
Doubled.
That's it.
But
Yeah, we're talking about the
What-
100,000s.
I just wanted to clarify that since we do have a lot of newcomers
Yeah.
right now, and they're gonna get their phone at some point. But the other part is, Milo, like, if you're gonna get up here and plead your case, at least don't fumble over your own story. Because I didn't see these pictures. I can't be judge, jury, and executioner for any of this. I'm just going off of what I'm hearing. The beginning of this conversation, you said you left them at work, you had to go back and get them, and now you said you brought them home. It's nothing is in a straight line with this conversation right now. So if you're gonna try and get yourself out of a situation whether you did or didn't do it, at least makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying, and it is huh?
Like, just at least
Yeah.
make sense. At least have it straight. Like the story. This is exactly what happened, minute by minute, hour by hour, whatever the case may be. But it's changing as the conversation progresses. I left them at work. Oh no, I brought them home. No, I had to go back to work to pick them up. Oh no, they're at work. The words are at work now. After you brought them home.
I get you.
It's going all over the place, man. And I want to believe you, but that's making it so fucking hard for me.
I understand.
Hold on, Graham, I appreciate you, but we had 2 people before you, if you don't mind. And Milo, we're gonna do an exercise in choosing your words carefully. Every word you say, if you're not called on, is 1,000 words. Josh, Dara, then Graham. Sorry, Josh, Dara, Steven, then Graham.
I'll pass. I'll go later.
Dara.
Yeah, Mile, I was just gonna say, like, right now, you're in a hole. That's just not to dig it deeper, and just like, you know, you messed up, just own it and just be honest. Like, you are gonna write some words for this, that's a given, but just don't but you don't wanna put yourself in a position where you wanna write more, and then also if you just get more honest, and just, you start with a clean slate, and you don't have to have that monkey on your back that, like, it's gonna be, like, screwing with you, or just having that, or just clear your conscience. It's just, you you fucked up, everyone fucks up. I fucking pre-wrote words, chewed on my words, I've been in your spot, and it's just not like, it's not worth digging a hole deeper. You're just gonna hurt yourself in the long run, and it'd be good, some with your time in the house, just to, you're in here like 9 months, you make a mistake, whether how big or small, you just own it and just move on from it, and just don't do it again. And it goes along with like life as well. It's more so like putting an effort into whatever, because you're not going to be here forever, and you don't want to have those same behaviors turn into other behaviors. Whether you go back into school, if you cheat in school, you get kicked out, or you just don't fulfill yourself to the best, and then there's other people that are scratching and crawling to get to where you want to be. And it's tough to do the hard work sometimes, but we're here working on this program, and we've been here a while. You know the deal.
G-Man, could you keep a queue, please? We have a couple people who want to give some good feedback. Can you just?
Oh, yeah. Make a queue?
Yeah.
Sure.
Stephen
Because
Graham.
I'm waiting to talk to you, but yeah.
Oh, cool. Stephen Graham, Nick, and you. Fuck yeah.
Milo. I mean, dude, me, Zach, Josh, G-Man have probably known you the longest. And you don't have a poker face, bro. Like, I don't even know what the situation was, but as soon as Graham started talking to you, I could tell you were lying. And it's like, kind of what Dara said, you're digging a hole. And it's like, bro, just be like, fuck it, dude. Yeah, I did it. You know what I mean? Like, I knew you were lying as soon as you said you left 2K at work. It's like, bro, 2K is like, you hate writing words just as much as I do. And like, you don't leave fucking 2K at work. Like, and if those guys didn't care about you, they wouldn't be doing this, and they want you to stop having these behaviors, because that's what Graham was saying. It's the bigger issue of lying about it than just being like, fuck it, yeah, I fucking did it, you know what I mean? Strike me, give me words. Like, that's the change they want to see, and then eventually they want you to not do it at all, but like, the lying about it is the bottom of it, bro.
Mr. Graham?
Yeah. Fuck yeah. I know, Milo, yeah, I think I've been where you are before. Like, you're far into the house, you're working a lot, you've got your chores, you are getting a little burnt out or whatever have you, It's reasonable, reasonable thing to do, right? They turn in these repeat essays. But just back to what I was asking you, yeah. I feel where you're at, but just you got to lead by example here and just get honest about this. It's not that big of a deal. What's the bigger deal is bullshitting us. You also choose your words really well, and you just said to me again when asking about the last week's essays, which include the one you got the lying strike for, that the 8,000 for the lying and the fuckery wasn't returned an essay, right? So you left out the part about what that was for initially, which is what this whole conversation is about. I know you want to be a stand-up person, honest person. It's not that big, like this is just one, you've been sober for 10 months, 11 months, this is a drop in the bucket, like, the bigger picture though.
Nick?
Yeah, I'm the newest person in the house, and I've known you the least amount of time compared to everybody else. And I'm looking around at people trying to figure out what to do. And if I want to learn how to cheat the system, buck the system, lie, manipulate, and not hold on to my responsibilities, so far I'm looking at you. And I just think that honesty is the best policy about a lot of things. Somebody mentioned that you don't have a poker face. It's really obvious, man, when you don't like the conversation. Anytime in my life where I've received consequences and I didn't want to face those consequences, they were increased. And I've learned to just accept whatever's coming. One day, death is coming. I'm not going to be able to fight it. You know, so far I think these words are a blessing, you know, compared to what's waiting outside the door, man. So maybe a little bit of humility and a little bit of willingness, and maybe some of these behaviors could be modified, man. Thanks.
And Milo, so look, you know, like, why would Josh and I go out of our way to do any of this in the fucking first place? Like, you think our brains are little rubber balls and styrofoam cups and some magic trick at the fair? Like, this is the most absurd fucking thing I've ever had to deal with, ever. Like, I just can't even believe it, you know, I'm trying to wrap my head around it. Cause it's just like, me and Josh both sit there with this bullshit, and it's like, why in the fuck are we making this shit up? Like, how can you go against this, bro? Like, in the real world, I don't even know where you would be with this one with me. In the real world. I swear to God. Like, I don't know what you're trying to do and what do I don't got fucking time for this kind of shit, homie. Do you ever see me fucking sitting in this chair ever since you've been to this house in this fucking up against the screen? Have you ever seen this? Have you ever seen me just come up to this fucking chair and sit here? Yeah, you've seen me sitting in this fucking chair. Well, you got me fucking fucked up on that one, but I don't know what to tell you, bro. You know, but you are wasting my time on this one, and especially Josh's precious time.
Bring it down.
Okay, so that's it. I got nothing else to say, bro. I mean, if you, I can pull it all together and put it all in. I just don't know what to say, bro. You got me heated the other day, and then you go to Anthony with this shit. And you're like, throwing your shit around. And that's it, dog. I just got nothing to say anymore, bro.
Thanks, G-Man. Josh,
Right.
and then we'll hear from Milo.
Your behavior has been this way since I got here. The past few months, I had tried to look on the brighter side of things, and while you were healing and getting better, I really wanted. It was really, yeah, a little disturbing to see this. I just knew something was up, and you're not talking to your peers, like, leaning on them, really. And I just, you know, this time is starting to go by faster, like we're approaching a year, Milo, and before you know, it's going to be 10 years down the road, and if you're still acting like this, you're not going to go as far as you deserve to go with, like, the gifts you've been given in life. So you're kind of, you got to really look at what's going on, and it does feel better to have truth about you. The truth will set you free. So as soon as you start to see, like, the pleasures of lying or getting away with things, get away from that. Stop that. The truth will open up a doorway to, like, having your higher power bless you, and, like, really acting on faith and being more like just have more integrity, more trustworthiness, where people don't have to second guess you or doubt you, or it gets better once you start accepting the truth about things, being truthful and honest, and taking accountability and responsibility for things that you could otherwise get away with. Yeah, it just makes I mean, I've done in my own life, had opportunities to get away with things, but they never turned out well. But when I was able to confess my sins or apologize for the things I had done wrong, and, like, it shows God that you're willing to be humble, because, like, who are other people to, like, what's their opinion and stuff, like, status in this world? Does it really matter, or is it how you go through this world, like, with integrity and honesty? You know what I mean? So I really hope, you know, like, to see you in the future. I don't know, this is sort of behavior that I think could kill you.
Alright, Matthew.
Alright, sorry, I'll just make this quick. I don't know you that well. We just met recently, so I don't know about all this, stuff in the past, but it seems like it's like at the point where you're kind of like, you're surrounded. Like it's time to just hold up the white flag and like, maybe just have a chance, but like to just fight to the end and like, I mean, dude, like, I've been to enough of these groups to know that if like all the staff saying one thing and you got like clients that have been here a long time saying another thing, it's just like, it's pretty much said and done.
So Milo, can I talk? All right. So okay. I'm gonna get honest about a few things. Yes, I did it. First of all, we spent 45 minutes on this. That's more than enough time on this. Huh?
Did what?
What did you do?
Oh, I turned in essays that I've turned in before. I don't even keep 1,000-word essays at work. I don't even know where the fuck I said that, but I don't write that much. But I did keep non-reflections essays at work, and then I used the non-reflections essays to make bigger essays, and turn those in. That's pretty much it. And the way I knew about it, that was coming, and the reason I prepared is I kind of got a warning from Zach that was coming and that people were looking at my essays, and so I decided I would write more. The warning, which I thought was like, oh, like, nice, thank you. I should have been upright and just been like, well, I fucked up and I did this and I shouldn't have done that and I deserve to get struck. But instead I just took the bone and I was like, oh, he's throwing me a bone, I'll fucking dunk the bone. And that's my part. I'm not blaming that on anyone. My part is that I'm willing to take a handoff that's dishonest to get away with doing something dishonest. So, that's my part.
Milo, when you leave this house, no one's gonna hold you accountable. Just you.
I know, but also, like, I don't really, like, lie about everyday life shit. It's just about, like, words and, like, little shit like this in the house.
I know.
And that, like, I'm not trying to, like, take down the structure or anything like that. The structure's dope. It's done really good things for me. My life's better. But there's also a part of it where it's, like, I work a lot. I do a lot of shit for the house. I move, like, I'm fucking always on the move. And sometimes if I'm like, fuck, I got an extra essay, no one's gonna fucking notice it. Fuck it. I don't want to spend an extra 30 minutes of the little bit of time I have to fucking decompress in my day to do that, or the time I have to schedule a doctor's appointment or whatever. And I, yeah, sure, I'll take the extra words for it, but do I really find it as such a, like, reprehensible, it'll kill me act like Josh said? No, I really don't. Because I'm not really lying to people like that on the regular.
Milo, you do a lot of good things for people in the house, and you work hard. This is just one little thing we're looking at.
Yeah, I feel you, and if it was stated like that, I would totally agree, but I don't think it was stated like that. It was stated as if, like, this is a massive thing that will ruin my life and make me relapse, which I don't think.
Yeah, but you've also been here for a long time, and you sat here and lied to us for 45 minutes before getting honest about a simple thing, which is essays, which is what we do here.
Yeah.
And it's something that you should have been over a long time ago, and then immediately try to throw, like, that bullshit out. Like, Anthony was there too.
Yeah.
And we were both sitting there telling you, because we didn't really know this context. We just knew that you were up to some shit, and then we told you to get it right.
You literally, while you were saying it, you were like, this is probably against the rules. I probably shouldn't be doing this. So it's like, I don't understand why you're trying to take yourself out of it and then throw that shit back on me. Like, I already said I fucked up. I did a dishonest thing, which was a dishonest thing that I've been doing, which is dishonest.
Yeah,
we
but
like
bro,
after
you
getting
don't
past that
understand-
part.
Fuck what bro, I understand that, but like, listen, you have sat. I get that. I didn't even know how to approach you about it because I'm done dealing with you. I shouldn't have even given you feedback tonight because I'm fucking done with this bullshit. I don't even know how to talk to you. But
You're right. You don't know how to talk to me.
I'm about to give
You're
you
not
one-
gonna fucking scream at me anymore, motherfucker.
You see that?
8,000.
8,000.
8,000?
Yes.
Because
sit back
he
and
can
shut
scream at
the
me.
fuck up.
No, you're not gonna fucking talk to me like that. What the fuck is wrong with you? You've been doing this the entire fucking year. I'm not your little baby boy.
You
Okay?
are acting like a baby boy.
You've been acting like a king baby the whole fucking time. No, you need to chill the fuck out. How are you supposed to be staff and talk to people like this?
I'm trying to have a communication.
If you want to communicate, keep your voice down.
Hey, how about this? Let's all just calm down for a second.
Bro.
Take a step back. Zach, let's just take a step back.
This is why I don't give you feedback, dog.
Because you don't know how to not
I
scream.
want to hear what Jesse has to say.
I just wanted to say something about you said, you don't lie about everyday shit, and you don't see how this is something that could kill you in the future. While you're in this house, this is everyday shit. You write words and get essays every single day. And so if you can, like, in your mind, tell yourself that it's okay to lie about the basis of the whole program that you spent almost a year in, when you're out there, you're like, no one's gonna know if I take some kratom, or no one's gonna know if I have a beer. You know what I'm saying? And it won't start there. It'll start with little lies, and it will snowball and progress. And I've seen it happen with so many people over and over and over again. I know you believe that that's not true, but I know for a fact that it is. And so, like, bro, you gotta give up this lying shit, because it will kill you. And Josh is right.
Sorry, dog. Allie?
I hate doing this. Touching on, God, I hate doing this, you guys. We've been on check-in together. And so touching on that you don't lie every day and stuff like that, like you were checking in with me and telling me about the essay thing, how you had your proof and you had your evidence, and you know how you didn't lie, and but you did.
Yep.
Like from here on out, dude, like I care about you. Like our check-ins are always great. Like you always get me the fuck out of my head, and I know I can tell you anything and everything that's on my mind and be honest with it with no judgment. And you need to feel the same way about not just check-ins with me, but any of your check-ins. Like if you feel like you can't just tell anybody in the group, at least feel like you can tell your check-in the truth. Like you don't have to lie to me. You don't have to lie to any of us. It's okay, like we all fuck up. We all do, and it's fine. And I'm glad that you just fessed up and everything, but you just... That's all.
Gina? Who's next?
I think it was Nick has hand up too.
Graham's next. Nick too?
And Nick, and then Steven.
So Graham, Nick, and Steven. Graham?
I don't know if I have my hand up. I don't know.
You were on
Yeah, I think I mean, just fuck, man. Yeah, we're spending like an hour on this. You did the same thing you did with Allie with me. Like your word, you know, bro. This is serious, but it's also like, yeah, like I have your back. But if you're gonna bullshit me, like not only in our group setting with 25 people, but also like in the yard while I'm checking your chore about this exact thing, like, what are we doing here? You know? I mean, fuck. I would like to think that when I get caught for this shit, and I know, like, you knew you were caught too, like 30 minutes ago. So why are you drawing it out like this? Because you don't believe in like the initial like consequence, the initial essay or something? What's the reason that you drew this out? You knew you were caught. You've been just like bullshitting. Why?
So, I mean, part of the reason why, and this is just like, this is toxic for me, but like part of it's like, shit, if I'm gonna write the words, at least I'm gonna make you work for it. And that's just the truth. That's just the truth. At least I'm gonna make you fucking work for it. And like, after fucking months and months of being publicly degraded by these fucking...
It's part of the thing, and he's
No.
he is acting
I know he's
staff
gonna be
now,
staff,
so you
but
can't
the
talk back like that anymore.
Yeah, but he can't fucking talk to me like I'm a baby.
I don't know, dude. Yeah.
No, you did it when you were a resident. You did it when you were a resident.
Milo, can I talk? Still a resident. Can I talk?
Yes, you can talk, but you could.
You just kept talking.
Yes.
Can I apologize? I shouldn't have raised my voice at you, but you kept cutting me off, and I'm trying to speak to you, and you just keep cutting me off when you just lied to me for 45 minutes. And the ball I was throwing you was, bro, just get honest. I've always said that to you. If you get put up there, that's how you become a senior member. You get honest. You be honest. And you just fucking can't.
I've gotten honest about so many fucking things.
After
So
we
many
go through
ridiculous
these
things.
But the work,
So many
you want-
ridiculous
you want
things.
them and the other people to work for you. I like that. My mind thinks in a similar way.
And at the end of the day, the way I
Such a
feel,
good salesman, bro.
it's not even selling anything. What I'm selling is
Don't say
hate
no
at this
for an
point.
answer.
I'm selling unadulterated retribution. That's what I'm selling. And I don't think it's like, look, I've sat here
You're gonna
time
sell
after
yourself into
time.
a grave, bro.
I don't care.
I know,
I
you
literally
need to
don't
work on
care.
that.
Like I want to succeed.
I'm just talking to you, he knows I'm not.
Yeah.
I know. No one thinks you're frustrated, but let's let the rest of the community speak for
Yeah,
themselves.
for sure. I know.
Look, I want to succeed here as much as the next person is. I could have walked over and over again. It's not what I want to do. Obviously, I want to graduate here, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I hate the way shit is run here. With a burning fucking passion. Every time I talk to you, I want to put a bullet in my head. I'm not joking. I'm serious. That's not a joke. And every person that's striving to be staff here, what are they like? And at the end of this, like, I know I've burned my shit down. I know you're gonna give me a ton of words and probably more programs, and I won't be senior member, and I won't be able to go for Christmas. And all of that is just corporal punishment from all the truth. Most people can sit here and be compliant and pretend to like this shit. I just can't. And if you can, then you're not living an honest program. So all the backwards hypocrisy shit, which is like, yeah, I fucking wrote a grievance list, but y'all didn't let me fucking read it. Because I would have torn the shit limb from limb. Which I'm constantly doing in my head, and then I'm constantly like, it doesn't matter, Milo, just be peaceful. It's all good. I talked to my dad today, and he was like, man, just chill out, it's gonna be all good, don't worry, just breathe through it. I try every night to breathe through it, and at the end of the night, I look at the ceiling of my bunk bed, and hear the snoring in the room, and think of, wow, these guys are fucking serious. They're actually serious, that this is gonna be a change. God, man, I should stop fucking talking. Fuck, I fucking hate this fucking shit so much. Oh, God. Jesus.
Do you really hate it, or are you just feeling emotions right now, and you're just being honest with those emotions? Because deep down, I don't think you hate it, Milo.
I love the community.
I
love the community. I love the camaraderie. I love the people that I get to meet. But there are also things that I absolutely despise about it.
Milo, I will say that a lot of the times in these groups we talk about where you can improve.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of growth, a lot of help that you've done with Alex, with every single person here one-on-ones. It does not go unseen. We're just looking at one little thing, the protection of a lie.
I understand that, and I'm not all the way there. And I don't think I will ever be all the way cooked. I don't think any human is all the way cooked. And so it is really hard for me because we look at all of each other's defects and strike them. And that's when we are like, hey, this person could use this program and that. It is really difficult for me to listen to the feedback of people that I see blaring issues with, acting as if they're savants. They're not. No one has this shit licked. We're all fucking fallible. And I'm saying, like, totally me. I'm fucked up. I get it. I shouldn't even be talking like this right now. I probably shouldn't be yelling at staff. None of this is healthy in any way, and I just don't understand where the good part comes in.
I want to ask you one question. How can we help you in your perception? What can we do?
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think that I don't know. Fuck, man. I'm just thinking about how this is such a bad decision that I've just made.
If you have your hands up, Gina's got you.
What a terrible decision I made by doing all this. Fuck, and I just finished 10K. Fuck. There we go.
Dude, you are an amazing person. Everyone here loves you.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I don't really
love yourself.
I don't really love me. So at the end of the day, when y'all call me out, it's not like a simple like, oh, Ryan said Milo was sleazy. Milo was sleazy echoes in Milo's head for 10 days. And then I fucking hate Ryan the next time I see him. And then it's like, oh, let me do whatever it is to make Ryan more annoyed. But what makes Ryan annoyed is nothing. Ryan doesn't get annoyed. So it's like, I'll just self-destruct in the pursuit of trying to upset him, which doesn't do anything, but that's how resentful I am. And I've done 4 steps on Ryan maybe 10 times, and it doesn't fucking work. I don't know what to say.
So, really, what I hear is you're really taking control of a lot of your will. No, like you're trying to find a solution, but in step 2, it simply states,
we give our will and our life over to the power of God.
That's step 3, but we came to believe a power greater than ourselves brings us back to sanity. And I'm just curious, are you in conscious contact with your higher power, or do you sever that contact and try to solve it yourself? Because this is a lot of Milo thinks he can solve the problem, and I'll be honest with you, man, Mason can't solve any problems.
I understand that, and that's definitely something I should practice more of. But I think what ends up happening is I practice or I pray, and I pray about it, and Wyatt will be like, pray for Ryan, pray for this person, pray for that person that you're upset at, and I will. And after I'm finished praying, like the next day will happen, and something else will piss me off, and then I'll forget about prayer, and I'll be like, yo, F this.
Are you meditating at all?
No.
Okay.
I was doing like little meditations, and then like I got like, I don't know. I do little meditations here and there, and then I forget and I stop, and then it becomes a problem, and so I just.
Will you write down the cue? Because let's go with some. I think we're getting something really deep within you, Milo. But I want to give residents opportunity because you have. I mean, you're so good.
Nick.
Milo, I have a lot of respect for you. I just wanted to share an idea with you. Life is a lot like an algorithm, you know, like take TikTok for instance. Whatever you interact with, it gives you more of, right? You build your own FYP brick by brick. So when I come out of my room, I wake up and I decide, oh, I'm alive, I'm living life, okay. I have a couple of options within my grasp. I can go interact with something positive by doing something positive, or I could go lie, cheat, steal, use, and see what the consequences of that negative action is. It's gonna give me more negative, right? So like the lie is a small lie, but do you see how big of a consequence it's created and how much time and how many other people are affected? So it's like when the best thing that I ever did was get honest. Like for me in my life, bro, like I could sit here and tell my deepest, darkest secrets to any person with eyes and ears, bro, because I just don't care to lie anymore. Because man, it's the hardest habit to break. And I don't know, man. I just think that if I take some time to really play the tape all the way through, and I look around the room, like maybe if you just did like a left and a right, and you see all these people who care about you, man, like the little lies. Not really worth it, man, in the long run, bro, because what happens when all these people are gone? There's nobody there to care about you, bro, and stuck there with your negativity, man. Like, it's gonna hurt real bad. Thanks.
There. No, Steve, I'm sorry, Steven. Steven. Still there, Steven?
Yeah, so I got 2 things. Love each other, hate each other. You and Zach know each other right now in your lives, in this time in life. You guys know each other better than anybody else in your life. Better than your parents, better than your best friends, better than anybody. And I know you might disagree with that, but you guys have lived together for a long time. I don't agree with the way Zach talked to you, but he did apologize, and the reason he talks like that is because he wants you to fucking get it. And then on a second note, it's like, I don't want to put you on blast, but didn't you get into like a pretty serious car accident in your addiction?
Yes.
And that's what Jesse was saying, like, dude, your life fucking depends on this. Like, for someone that's been through so much, it's like, it's these little things that are fucking huge, and they crop up in my life all the time, and I try to change my behavior so I'm not doing shit that I did in the past.
Thanks, Steven. I appreciate you, man.
Dare dog.
Yeah, I was,
Arabic.
I was gonna touch on a bit what Steven said in regards to just like Zach, he gets like that because he cares about you at the end of the day, and you may not see it like that. And he does, and like maybe go about it differently, but and then you guys have known each other for a long time, and you guys know how each other are, and you may think it's like see why you could get animated because you guys had resentments at each other during periods of this house, and just and like now you just whatever it may be you can placate like or pick part staff or whether it may be, and like you may think it's wrong or right, whatever it is, but at the end of the day you're in the house and you have to follow the rules in order to help yourself, and like you may not like it, but you have to just accept it, and like if you don't accept it, you're gonna keep suffering deep down, and like the lies at this point, like the low lies for example, is just like the tip of the iceberg, and a lot of it I feel like it comes from a fear deep down that you're just not talking about, which you should be more honest with yourself about whatever that fear is, and to look at it from a different perspective or light, but just or stop pushing it down to face it straight on, and yeah, just you're in a crossroads in your life. You're not gonna be here forever. You're not gonna have 20 somewhat people like giving a shit about you, talking to you like this. You're gonna be on your own, and you know yourself better than everyone else for the most part, but we also know you pretty well as well. And you're, yeah, I just suggest like being more honest with yourself and just doesn't have to be like this.
So, you can stop me if I'm wrong, whatever. So like during our check-ins and stuff, like you have a lot going on. You got work, you got your surgery, you got your stuff, family, you got words here, you got structure here. You have a lot of stuff going on.
Mhm.
And I could be wrong, but maybe because of everything going on and you just wanting a moment to just to yourself to just breathe, and then that might be the reason why, you know what, you took the opportunity to do the thing that you did with the essays, to maybe give yourself just a minute to where you could breathe and not have a second to worry about everything. Because that was the one thing you felt like you had control over, because you don't have the control over the structure here, you don't have control over the surgery you're gonna have to get done, you don't have control over the stuff going on with your family, but the one thing you did have control over was, you know what, I could probably do these essays like this, and that'd give me a moment to breathe.
Yeah.
So maybe all Milo needs, and like I said, stop me if I'm wrong, is a second to breathe. Because he has a big surgery possibly coming up because of is it the tumor in your throat?
Yeah, they told me today it's gonna be a 4-hour overnight surgery, throat, nose, face. Yeah,
And then he's
but
got
that's besides the point.
But it's not though, because that's your health, and it is something you're worried about.
Sure.
And then the stuff, like, you know, I know you're always worried about your family, you know, whatever, and then there's the structure going on here, and then you have work all the time, so it's like you never have a second to just breathe. So maybe, just maybe, all Milo needs is a minute to himself to not have to worry about something for even just a minute. 'Cause like I said, that's probably why he took the opportunity he did over the one thing he did have control over to a degree with the essays. And that's just based off of our check-ins.
G-Man, can you add a Dina to the queue, please?
I did it, yeah.
Milo, can he talk so like he won't get in trouble if I? Okay. Milo, recovery and sobriety. Like, when you came up to the chair, a person in recovery, I feel like, and even Zach like was trying to help you, would be able to avoid, and you know that to do deep down, like you could have avoided all of this, but it's so necessary for your growth, like for everything that like all the feedback now. It's like it's almost better that you did put up a fight so you could like hear all of this. You know what I mean? And what step are you on?
9.
9?
Yeah.
Making amends. So I just feel like you're so smart and you have so much like influence to like affect like people in such a good way, and it's like so funny how like it was hard to like get this out of you and like get to this point where we're all giving you feedback and you're piling up words and but you got it out, and it's like God's with you, bro, and like and it's such a blessing that like you're in recovery. You're not just a dry sober dude. You have a sponsor you talk to, right? You talk to him a lot?
Yeah, I do.
And do you believe that this program of Alcoholics Anonymous, which this house is structured on, is gonna make you be able to deal with not just like the house shit, but like the life shit that's gonna happen and like yeah.
I mean, it's tough because like I'm on my 9-step, like you said, and I'm talking to my sponsor, and I'm sitting on my 9-step because one of the amends I have to make is Ryan, and one of the amends I want to make is Zach, and one of the amends I should make is Josh, and I don't really want to do all of them.
But you've already done your 4th and your 5th, and you see your part in all of those. You know what I mean? Like you're the behaviors in which made you catch the resentment.
Yeah.
And it's like
It just means I don't know. Yeah, I feel you.
I just feel like the next time, like so this is all I'm gonna say and I'm gonna end it. It's like, so picture a matchbook, and when one match gets lit, the rest of them get lit. When you got called up to the front, in group, I feel like for the future, at this point, when you got grouped and you're when Mason's sitting there looking at you for 2 minutes with nothing to say, I just hope that you could see that was your moment, that for the future, where you remove yourself from the matchbook. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because it's just burning. And the only way that we, in this program, is to take a step back. And that's like right up there, boom. It could like so much of you, and you know it too, and you even admit it. You're like, I'm gonna fight it till the end. Like, I would have loved to see you at the second you were having our little stare off for minutes, like, just release all of it and remove the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just,
I mean, to be honest, I thought I had already gotten away with it, so I was just like, "Fuck, we're just chilling."
That's awesome.
It's like we're just chilling. Fucking, I was like, they want me to take a moment to meditate. They're gonna name me senior member. Life's good. We're moving on.
Did you think that?
Yep.
That's great. Milo, I'm so impressed with you, bro. Like you're so talented and you have so much going in your future, and you have so much that's like going like on your plate right now that do not like use this to grow, and you're gonna become like a super soldier after this. Love this program. Love this structure. It's like steroids. It's like you literally are gonna look like Nick in the real world of like his body is gonna be your whole being,
It's
bro.
gonna be your
Like,
spirit.
yeah, like you're gonna be so when you survive like this, like can you imagine like real life stuff? You're gonna be like, this is peanuts.
Exactly.
You know what I just have to do for like
No, I think that is definitely a piece of it, and that's what I'm saying. Like Mason is right. Like I don't fully hate all of it, but when I'm angry, like hate is what comes out, and that's just it. And like there are parts that I don't like. If I was, the man who ran Graceland Ranch, I would do it differently, and that's just me. But like maybe what I would do wouldn't work for me, and maybe this is what I need. Maybe this is what works for me. Maybe I need a Mason that like is empathetic and helps me through problems, and maybe I need a Ryan that is cold and calculated and disconnected, and sometimes connected, which draws you back in, and then you're like expecting him to be connected all the time, and then he's disconnected again, and you're like, what the fuck? But within all of that, all this is hard. This isn't like an easy program. I think my least favorite thing that people say is, this shit is easy, bro. And it's like, no, it fucking isn't. Like the structure part, like getting down like the system, sure, it can be like that part can be like systematic, but the emotional sobriety and dealing with people and characters all the time isn't easy. And it's hard to like have people be like, you're a senior member in this house. Not like a senior member, but you're a member who's lived here for a long fucking time. And then like handle these things, do these things, but then also take care of yourself and also do your programs and also take DIC delegations whenever and have 6 chores sometimes. And I'm like, sure, yeah, no, fine. Yeah, this is what I'm supposed to do to graduate the house. And I'm not fine. Like, I'm not good. I'm not happy most of the time. And most of the time, I don't like I love each individual person, but I don't ever have enough at the end of the day where I'm like, I'm all right. I'm good. I'm happy with where I'm at. I'm not. I don't want to be working where I'm working. I don't like the way I look, talk, feel 90% of the time. So it's like, it's just weird for me to kind of be sitting there and be like, yeah, the house comes first. I'm trying not to be that guy, but my family will always come first. My music will always come first. The house is extremely important to me. It's in the top 3. Take that. Take it. But like, the house comes first in everything. That's what's gotten me to this point of burnout. And I just don't think it's
one thing that comes before the house. It's your recovery.
And see, and that's what this whole program is structured based on. That's why Pat made this, like, structured it on the program that he was taught and brought it here, because this is temporary, bro. And when you get out, you're gonna love the way you look. You're gonna love the way you talk. This isn't supposed to be easy. Like whoever says this is easy is crazy. It might be easy for now, but wait till they get to the point where you're at, and then how we deal with it is what defines you and what makes you look back. It's like that feeling when you did your 4th and 5th. It's like, oh my God, like this huge weight is lifted. Look what I accomplished. You know what I mean? And that's right now. It's like we're shaking the boat, and you're like, fucking, I've done so much, but I'm thinking about bailing. And like mentally, it's like, hold on, dude. Smooth seas didn't make a skilled sailor. You know, this shit is it, bro. And
that was tough.
Yeah, that's why I'm a pirate, and I can't. But I'm a deckhand right now, and I'm stoked. Because I know I'm a pirate, but we need this structure to be like that, because it's gonna prepare us for that gnarly ass storm. And while everyone's in this lifeboat ready to dip, you're staying on the ship. Like, let's do your worst. You know what I mean? Straight up, do your worst.
Yeah, sure. I feel you.
Yeah, bro, you got this.
It's crazy, but it's so fucking awesome how similar we are in so many ways.
Wow.
It's
not what I expected.
excruciatingly frustrating, but it's so fucking rad.
Oh,
you and I both use words as our weapons. We use them to hide and manipulate and to cheat ourselves out of actually having real emotion and facing what scares us. We fight through the structure tooth and nail, frustrated and mad about it. We idolize and sometimes exalt, maybe even go as far as to say worship senior membership as a title, and get mad when other people get it over us. You know the 2 people who I was painfully, aggressively angry at for getting senior member the same day as me, because I thought I deserved it more than them? Marcy and Johnny Crump.
I fully understand that. I would be angry too.
So Milo.
God, that's rough.
You're not alone in what you're feeling. At all.
Yeah.
And it's okay to yell and be mad and all that shit. But all we in this room want for you is to learn how to grow past your defects and grow past that shit. Like, it was really, really sad to hear you say the words, we strike defects. Not a single person in this room should be striking a character defect of anyone else. That's not what we do. You did.
But that's what we do. No, I know I said it, but that is literally what we do.
And if that's your perspective, then that's something that we need to work on as a house. We don't strike defects.
But
We
okay.
work on defects.
But the strikes is the way to help the person work on the defect. No, is that not how it's supposed to work?
Talk to your house about that.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying, Milo. Is that personally, I'm stoked you showed up tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I won't let the house take care of the rest, but I just want to say hi.
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 God, Ryan.
It's like a mirror right there. Oh my God.
How is it a mirror, bro? You're so different from me.
Blue had his hand up. I see.
There's a cue.
Go ahead, Blue. I know. Blue had his hand up for a while.
Blue's next.
30 minutes ago, when you had finally admitted that you lied, and then you said that you don't take time to pray, right? So you don't take time to pray before you use your will to lie about certain little unliked rules, right? Well, I'm just saying, God would not want you to lie. That is the enemy's work. And we all know where that ended up, how we're all in this misery. It's because of one lie that was believed by the first two people. Don't be like them, be the change you want to see. And you could enhance that voice of God in your head instead of your will by taking time to pray. It's by prayer that we strengthen that cord, that connection, that singular line that you can connect right to God. Before you say things that will probably get you in trouble,
Yeah.
instead of staring in Mason's eyes thinking, oh yeah, I got away with this shit, this is cool. God, let me speak the truth, and let me do what you would have me do, so that I don't fuck myself up more than I already have. And it's magic, it's real life magic. And because you're doing it in good, you don't have to worry about the repercussions of evil.
Yeah.
I love you, Milo.
I love you too, Blue.
And I know you'll get this right.
Come.
Well, Blue sugar-coated what I was gonna say. Just stop fucking lying from here on out, man. That's all you gotta do. That's it. Nothing real profound about that. Just stop fucking lying.
It's like my mom used to say, I'd be less mad at you if you just told me the truth.
Milo. Am I up to this? Am I up? Yeah.
Yeah, you're up.
I just wanted to. I can relate to you on like a ton of all these levels, especially the Ryan one for sure. I didn't go on like a trip. I may or may not have gone on a trip because I heard Ryan was really I didn't like to think of it as a resentment, but it was definitely like I butted heads with but it wasn't because he was. It's because he's a straight fucking, or the way I see it, it's because he was a straight shooter in this house. He like was one of the, it's like I couldn't really like manipulate him the way I wanted to. This and that, I can relate to you on a ton of levels, and also like not really believing fully in the structure and this and that, at your point in time here.
Yeah.
And the self-worth thing too. And I think this place, like, if you can try to shift your perspective on like the different fucking details in the house and the structure, so forth, and look at it like just from a lens of like challenging you, in your like daily life, right? It's a challenge, all this extra shit, and you need to like embrace that in order to be able to build some self-worth off doing it, like, in like the most like thorough manner you can, because that will build up your self-worth. You'll also be able to help people here, that'll help build you up more, and if you do it with authenticity, do it without having to challenge every little detail and so forth, I think you also, would believe that could be like helpful to you, You got to do something because you don't want to keep going through this shit doubting it, That's not, that for someone who doesn't really have like a good feeling of self-worth initially, you don't want to be in that kind of situation,
Yeah.
And the thing with, the Ryan thing, I mean, you got to just, he's in a position of, like he's in a, fuck man, I had a big problem too.
Yeah.
But is it because he's like out to get you and like, like we were talking in that yard, you're like, Ryan's gonna throw the book at me or some shit. I'm just like, dude, I mean, he's probably gonna be the most straightforward out of anyone here, yeah.
I don't know. He just seems to get unadulterated joy when I'm like squirming, and that bothers me.
Yeah, I don't think he's an evil guy at all. I think, but maybe
Not evil, but
well, that's
a little you know.
But yeah, think of the challenge. Like this challenge, although it's like there's some random bullshit in here. Like you gotta, like I grew up around a lot of people like with in some privileged situations, right?
Mhm.
This might not be like your normal day-to-day life outside of here,
Yeah.
but it's not gonna hurt to like do it to your fullest while you're here.
Yeah.
You believe that?
I do, and I have been. I will say this for myself. I've been constantly doing my best to do it to my fullest, and sometimes I get overwhelmed, and I take a way out that's not conducive. Yeah, it's the easiest way to say it.
Yeah. Do you believe it could build some self-worth by like?
It already has.
Good.
It already had. I mean, like, didn't think I could write 32K, did it. Didn't think I could, work a job for many months, I did it. Didn't think I could do a lot of stuff, but I have. So it's just like I've gotten through them. I'll get through more stuff. I'm just like, I don't know, I'm burnt out. I've been doing this for a long time, and it's only gotten harder and harder. I thought it was gonna get, everyone was like, after 6 months, it gets easier. I was like, when? Like, when does it get easier? I don't know, but.
Dina?
Oh, no, I do remember. This is also in regards to newcomers again, because when it comes to residents like Milo, or even Paul, it's common in the newcomers to look at these residents when staff and other more experienced or senior residents are somewhat drilling them, and think like, well, they're just a punching bag, or it's unfair, and they need a break or a minute. See, Milo could have saved himself 90 minutes tonight. And these are things that are repeated over and over and over. And I'm sorry, I'm looking at you. Milo knows better. He's been here 8 months. He's been a senior member. He's walked through this house and been through these situations over and over and over. And he doesn't need a minute. He needs to stop wasting his minutes trying to cut corners and getting into these situations and arguing with the SM monitor and calling staff. This is another lesson that he has to learn again. And I might be sounding, harsh or abrasive, but I want it to be known, especially because we have a lot of new eyes and ears, that these are repeated behaviors. So if you've got like even 3 months or less, we're not being mean, we're not singling him out. It's just we have been dealing with this for the past 6, 9, 10, 11 months. And Milo knows better. He's intelligent, so intelligent, that he knows better than to put himself in these situations and try to fake these words and try to do a runaround on G-Man because he can't fucking see without his glasses. He knows better. And he could have saved himself a lot of minutes. A lot of times. Just not doing this. So I'm sorry if it sounds fucked up, but he doesn't need a minute. He needs to stop wasting his minutes. And he knows that.
Matthew?
Well, I will say that one thing about you and I that's very similar is that I think people can read us very well from the looks on our faces. And I think that one of the maddening things about people like us with Ryan is that Ryan is very, very good at keeping a straight face and keeping a poker face, and just like I'm sure Ryan remembers there was one Thursday night group where I blew up yelling at him, saying he's a robot, he's AI, he's not a human, he doesn't have feelings and all this shit. And I would just let this shit get to me. I remember he said the word uncouth one my last night here, and it just grinded my gears. And I lit a cigarette and I flipped out on Graham and I left. Well, guess what? I'm back. And 45,000 words later, he says uncouth last night at dinner, I'm pretty sure it was, and it was like made me smile. And so it's like, if I was to sit here and let Ryan grind my gears over the little nuances or little idiosyncrasies about his personality, well, that's not going to benefit me in the real world. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to find something wrong with somebody. They're going to piss me off. I'm going to end up, doing whatever, making bad decisions, relapsing, and I know you're hearing this all the time, and check it out, and the way you just reacted right there, and I'm glad you mentioned Johnny Crump. I didn't know he could, say that, but anyway, Johnny Crump would sit here and tell me, Matthew, that's the type of shit that's gonna take you out, man. That's the type of shit that's gonna take you out. I was like, God, this fucking idiot. He doesn't know what he's fucking talking about. It took me out, time and time again. And so now I'm that, almost 40-year-old guy sitting here, trying to tell you, and I'm sorry, you're shaking your head, and I'm sorry you feel that way right now. I hope we can talk, more calm later, maybe at a better time, but I think this is going to benefit you, and I think you're going to get through it, and I hope you do. I want the best for you. I want the best for everybody in this house. I actually truly do care.
Yeah, appreciate you, Matthew.
Well, if I can quit fighting, you can too, Everything you said tonight, I feel 130%, dude. And if I can do it, you can do it.
All right. I hear you, Paul. This was my crash out. Yeah.
Milo, nobody says you're not doing a lot of great things in the house, man. You really are, and I see it too. It's just frustrating, of course, because me and you do have a history, and it's not getting harder. It's getting harder to get away with because we know you so well.
That was pretty good, Milo.
Yeah. No, Zach has good feedback. I just also Zach grinds my fucking gears, and I know I grind his gears, and that's just what it is. Zach's like a brother that fucking is like a Siamese twin connected to my hip that I'm trying to fucking cut off, but I can't. And it is. God, it is what it is, man. I appreciate all of your feedback, and from Adina to Ali to Matthew to Ryan to everyone, I fuck up, I make mistakes. I have a very black and white way of thinking where I think when I make a mistake, it erases all of the good things I've done, and I don't get the accolades that I feel like I deserve or whatever, or I don't get appreciated the way that I wish I would get appreciated. And even though that may feel that way, it's not always true, but it's true in my head. And so sometimes I'm like, no, I gotta convince them to believe this lie, or otherwise I'll be nothing, and they won't let me ever be. I'll go back to square one. It's never really back to square one. I know that logically, but mentally I'm not as, people were saying, you're really intelligent. Mentally I'm not, I think it's hard to explain. Emotionally I'm not very intelligent in that way. My thinking's very black and white. I don't see a lot of gray area emotionally. And when I feel sad or upset that I felt like I've taken steps back, I'm not taking one step back and 3 steps forward. I'm taking all of the steps I've ever taken away, and I'm back at the starting line. And that's why it's so hard for me to let go of oh, I fucked up. It's okay to admit that I fucked up. It's okay to be honest with the people that love me that I fucked up. It's just not easy for me because it's I don't want you to see me sweat at all. I don't. And I want to look good. And I want you to believe in all of the shit that I want to believe in about myself. I guess. Something like that. I don't know. But something along those lines. And yeah, I don't know what I need. I don't know if I need more time. I don't know if I need less time. I don't know if I need... I don't know. I just don't... I don't know what I need. I don't. God probably knows what I need. But I don't really know how to figure that out. I don't know how to do that search within myself yet.
Well, God works through community, and maybe we should ask what the house thinks would be a solution for Milo. Keaton?
No matter how much I want this to end, dude, you gotta learn to fucking let go, dog, when it comes to your resentments and how you feel about people. Trust me, no matter how much I don't like him, I let go, and I'm nice to him, and I try to love him, dude. And when it comes to your resentment with Ryan, your resentment with fucking Zach, I'm honest, guys. If I have an issue with you, the way that I keep from holding that resentment so much is I just deal with it right then and there. I'll let you know how I feel right then and there. I feel like that's the only way. Like, you gotta let go, dog. Otherwise, that fucking resentment, you'll, from experience, you're gonna fucking explode on someone and almost kill them one day or some shit, dude. Like, it's rough. That shit will not only take you out, it'll take them out too, dog.
Yeah.
Like, you've got to learn to let go. And you say that, you worded it a second ago, I'm trying to remember exactly how you worded it. You said, it's not real, but it's real in your head. Dude, whatever is real in your fucking head, it fucks with your reality, dog. No matter how much you tell yourself it's not real on the outside, what's real on the inside is fucking real on the outside, bro.
Yep.
So, I don't know exactly what I'm trying to say, but you just gotta learn to let go, dude.
I'm trying.
I know. It's hard.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, for the most part, it's like, what you put in is what you're gonna get, and like, time's gonna go by, but just what you do with that time, that matters, and like, I slightly, like, even though it took like a long time for you to like be honest, I slightly disagree with what Dina was saying, like how it could have been done in a minute. Like, yeah, maybe it could have, but like everyone's still at, like, no matter how far you are in this house, you can still always learn. And this was a learning point for Milo, a learning curve, and it took however many minutes it did for all this to come to a like resolution, but all those, whatever, 90 minutes, whatever it may have been, this is like really helpful for Milo, and I feel like we made a lot of progress, and like we got to the like tip of the iceberg, and then there was more to the iceberg that we were kind of working through, but yeah, I just feel like, yeah, and other people may be in the same position come time down the road where it may take a while for something to come out and manifest, but it's worth it because you learn a lot about yourself, and you can learn a lot about what others have to say about another person, and you can use that into your own life or help another person that's struggling in a similar situation. So yeah.
Thanks, Dara.
But,
Dina?
I say about what it is to be a senior member. That's what we're getting into, right? Like, what's it gonna be?
Well, just like
Resolution?
He says he doesn't know what he needs,
He doesn't know what he needs.
like, to move forward.
I mean, to move forward, definitely, the surrender and acceptance aspect is what he's fighting tooth and nail with every single day. Every single dinner, he's up there. The acceptance of that he is here, the acceptance of that it's not easy, surrendering to the word, surrendering to the consequences of his actions is what he battles every single day. And he's slowing down his own progress and getting in his own way.
Mm-hmm. What I get out of what you're saying is redirecting his resistance to diving in harder into the house, the structure, the program. And how do we redirect that?
Yeah, man. Just stop fighting, bro. It just, like, I know I'm not here all the time, and you may like think it's what I have to say is I'm just full of shit, but from my point of view, you're just swimming so hard upstream, bro, and that must be so exhausting. Like, the reason why people say after 6 months it gets easier is because by the time they hit 6 months, they buy in and they let the house do what it's gonna do. And when you're fighting every single thing in your head and you're thinking like, how can I get away with this or get around this, or like, I have so much going on, you know, like, it's miserable. And Paul hit the nail on the head, like, just stop fighting, bro. You don't have to fight anymore.
I hear you.
Amanda, you've been awfully quiet back there. You've known Milo for a minute. What do you think?
yeah, I mean, it's been so long. Like everyone's saying, just like, you keep saying you want to graduate, you're gonna graduate no matter what anyone says, and no one's gonna take that from you. So just like buckle down and do it, and be a leader in the house. Like, be a good example to all these new people. There's been so many different phases in the house that I've been through. I mean, obviously I don't live here, but I mean, like, coming around, I've seen you at Foundry, seen you with your new job. It's just been like different phases, but something that stays the same is like, it's always a long hour group just to get you to admit something that like you knew at the very beginning. Like you said, oh, I was lying the whole time. It's just like, I don't know, just like what everyone's saying, just stay honest and just get with the program. You're so close, you know? And everyone here loves you.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just like, I know you could do it.
Yeah.
And I know there's so many things, like you have to believe in yourself too, and you have to want to do it.
I do want to do it. I really do, and I really appreciate everything you said, and I do want to do it. I really want to do this because I know it's the right thing to do for my life. But after all this time, I thought I would be at the point where I was able to surrender to who I am. And yes, I've surrendered to the words. Y'all may not see that as much, but I used to fight literally every single thing that I got struck for. And now there's like at least a few days in between, which is like a lot for me. I don't understand like why I'm like this, but I'm wired to like everything has to be just and fair. That's like what I'm wired to. And so for me, even letting a few days pass where I'm like, okay, I'll take a 1,000 that's not correct or whatever, or I did lock the GIC downstairs. Why did I get that strike? And then just taking it. Doing that one time is hard for me. So moving from like no times to a few times to maybe more than a few times to maybe fighting one two or three times a week, yeah, it's still not great, but it's like better than it was before. And I think it's hard because that's become part of my character here so intensely. It's hard for people to see that progress. So they're just like, Milo fighting for justice again. Half the time I'm not even here for dinners. I can't fight it if I'm not here, you know? Yes, I called. Yes, I know, I called.
Wait, why are you arguing this?
I called. This was this week. This week.
Milo,
Since I got here.
there was something that you said. I thought I would be like this by this time. Dude, the problem is our thinking.
What I'm saying is I thought I would be okay with myself by this time.
Mitchell has this.
And I haven't figured that out. Like, I'm not okay with myself at this point. And I don't know how to figure that out.
Let's see what Mitch has to say.
Mitchell!
Hi, Mitchell.
What's up?
What's up?
I just think that everything, it sounds like you want to have an excuse of why you're not somewhere. And it's just like, it's not that complicated, dude. You don't have to be at this. There's no one's like, yeah, you need to be here at this time. And if you're not, then it doesn't matter if when you graduate, if like you feel like you're ready or not, like you're gonna graduate. And that's gonna be life. Like there's times that you're gonna be put in situations that you're not gonna be ready for. And then the other thing where you're like, I have outside things going on. Everyone has outside things. Life outside. Yes, you have a career. There's a lot of people that have careers outside of that house. There's a lot of people with family outside that house. When they say the house comes first, it means like you have to learn that separation. That like your life right now revolves around sober living. So you decided to take a year off of your life. So take that year off your life. Like no one else is privileged enough. Addicts and alcoholics are the only people that get to say, well, fuck it, I'm just going to take a year off and I'm going to restart my life. So just like, don't look that deep into it. Just take your year off and just do what you need to do and like quit making excuses. Like you're giving yourself too much room to make excuses. You're going to get up, you're going to do the things that they tell you to do, and you're not going to argue with the structure, because that's where like if you come to terms with like that life can suck sometimes, but like when you deal with chaos, then like the little moments of happiness, you can actually enjoy it rather than like when you get these happy moments. You don't realize, because like it will make you more comfortable in life in general. I think that like, and you're not like, I just noticed that you're not listening to a lot of people really. You're not being extremely receptive. You're shaking your head a lot. And so like, just be receptive and don't like disagree with what people have to say while they're giving you your feedback. And we've been in the house long enough to know that. Everyone else have a good night.
Thanks, Ray.
Deuces. Steven, you had your hand up?
Did you ever get a receipt on step 6?
No.
Okay.
Would you care to enlighten the rest of the room?
Basically, when you do your 5th step, 6th step, your sponsor writes down all your character defects, and that's your step 6. And you're like, my sponsor had me like, I got a lot of shit on that list that I was like, a lot of them I was like, yeah, I am that. And then there's a lot that I was like, what the fuck? And he had me pray on my character defects every day, and I would pick 3 different ones. And it's like, when you read someone else your 5th step, and they come at you with like things that you don't agree with, and then they can directly correlate it to what you wrote on your 4th step, it's kind of like, you can't fucking argue. You're like, oh, I am dishonest, or like, fucking my sponsor put cunts on mine. I was like, what the fuck? It's like, you get a lot of stuff, and it's like, you try to argue it, but you can't because you're the one who fucking wrote it down. And so, I don't know, maybe you look at some of the character defects. That's what Xander was kind of talking about. Like, step 4 and step 5 are huge, and like, getting to 6, now you're on 9. Like, if you don't address the character defects, and you, like, I had to redo all my my scripts before I made the amends, because I was taking in a lot of emotion. And I'm like you, I like to describe why I did what I did, and that's not it's just clearing your side of the street. And those are some things you might want to look at with your sponsor.
Yeah, I'll check that out. I didn't know about that.
But I think doing like the 7th step prayer, or even like, I think I just was told to do the 7th step prayer. I don't know it by heart, but like, I would pray on my character defects, like, God, please remove this, this, and this, and I would change the 3 every week or every day, and whenever they crop up, why am I acting this way? Why am I this way? You know? And I don't know, man. It's crazy when someone else fucking writes down shit about you, and you're like, no, I don't agree with that, and then they can directly correlate it to what you wrote down, and you're like, oh, fuck. I am that way, and you know, that could help.
Aaron?
Oh man, I was thinking, thank you, Steven. I was thinking the same thing this whole fucking time. Like, you know, I love you as a personality, but I'm actually heavily disappointed in your program. You know what I mean? You say you're on 8 and 9, but like, do you really feel like you're in a position to make amends to the man in front of you when you still have an active resentment? So what do? You work your way back. You've shown us your shortcomings for the past hour. You've shown us some of your let's rewind it again. You've shown us your defects for the past hour and a half. Like, so did you actively work on those shortcomings? Let's rewind it. Did you actively work on the defects? No. Like, so let's rewind it again. So did you get honest, like completely honest with another individual about your like inventory? Let's rewind it back. Like, did you take a fearless moral inventory and like turn every fucking stone to like touch on what Steven said, like to be able to like actually trace a pattern back, like a traceable pattern? Because like you shouldn't be at fucking 8, 9 months with like holding on to some of the defects. And then like, do you really feel like you're in a position to be on 8 and 9 making amends to be? It's kind of, so you're in a good position though, and you need to like realize that you haven't relapsed yet. And when this happens in Alcoholics Anonymous, you have a chance to take a step back and find what you're missing. Just like in the house, you could take it in Graceland. You could take, you're making mistakes here, you could take it back to basics. What do? We take shit back to the basics. Same in AA, you take shit back to basics, dude. Whenever like a new problem arises, you have a chance to like go back and look at a defect. Oh shit, what defect? You can take it back a little bit further. Like, did I miss a name on a list, Damien? So like, I would urge you to take a step back. And like, and it's no slight on Wyatt too. A doctor can't fucking help you if you just go in and just tell him half of what you're going through.
I told him everything.
So
I told Wyatt every single thing. And then every time I'm resentful or someone else, I go with him and we go back over and do a 4-step on it again. I that's all I've been told to do.
But it's a scary thought though, because
like that's all I've been told to do, and I think it's interesting because it's like, I don't know, do you get to 9 months and you don't have any more defects and you don't have it, like, do you get to step 9 and you don't have defects and you don't have resentments? No, you still have some. And if you purged a good amount of your defects and a lot of your resentments, that's part of it, but not all of it. Like, yeah, some stuff still comes up. I think it's kind of unfair to say, like, I'm disappointed in your program. You don't know my program. You don't really know my program.
8 months. Bro, right when we started this thing, I say that out of love, Milo. I've never bullshitted you, dog. I've never bullshitted you, dog. And I'm with Zach. Like, right when he sat down, you could have made this so fucking easy on yourself, dude. But if you're showing some of the same defects you did earlier in your program, bro, I would actually argue that I've said the same thing to a couple people in here that, like, right when you get out, you need to realize that, like, Jesse said the fucking same thing. You may think it's not a big deal to just not lie and not get honest, but, like, when you get out is where the fucking rubber meets the road, dude. And, like, way of thinking, like, you're closer to the bottle than you are to a meeting, dude. Like, seriously. Like, do you think when
That's
no
a
one's
joke,
around, see, Jess said the same thing though. You're gonna convince yourself otherwise, of course. You're gonna shake your head, you're not gonna think so. But like,
I'm closer to being in a bottle in here when I'm dealing with this amount of fucking microscopic micromanaging of stress and individual little things. Like, yeah, sure. Can I hear Jesse saying that the lying can grow into something larger and more than that? Sure it is. But the little you're closer to a bottle than a meeting? Nah, I'm really not. And I really don't think you guys think, I think you guys think you know me.
Well,
I think you guys think that you actually have more knowledge than you
You're not
do.
even letting me finish. And besides, like, I'll tell you what, I've been through Alcoholics Anonymous a lot fucking longer than you, way longer than you. And I've heard this time and time and time again. Why? Because just like fucking, I liked what Matthew said too. Hey, I held on to those same fucking things, dude, and I thought I had this shit licked.
I don't think I have it licked. I didn't say that.
Why are you fighting back so
Dude,
much?
it's not personal against you. You know what I'm saying? He's saying that, I'm saying that, because we've seen it happen to other people the exact same way.
Like,
And
you're
them
not-
say, I don't see how this could take me out. There's no way that's true. And I know you believe that. But what he's saying is the truth, bro, because we've seen it in other people. You know, it's not personal against you, it's just the disease of alcoholism and what it fucking does.
Look, I
Why
respect
don't
your
you
accounts.
restart your steps? Why don't you just restart? If you feel like you're not somewhere, like, who is it? That's where you're putting this time frame that you're gonna feel like you're behind. Why don't you just restart your step at month 9?
That's what I was just trying to say. That, like, you
I
have
mean,
the
what's the worst that happens? You restart your steps at month 9. Nothing bad's gonna happen. No one's gonna walk up and be like, dude, that's pretty crazy. You're restarting your steps at month 9. Like, someone's gonna commend you for that. So just do that. If you feel like you're not where you're supposed to, get a different experience.
Mitchell did that.
Yeah. I mean, just go through find a structured step study, dude. Find something that, like, if this way didn't work for you this time, try it in a different way. And just, like, now you know, like, to do with a different sponsor differently. You need to like be more honest. You need to talk about your resentments more openly. You need to like just like get it all out on your 4th step and then like work through it. And then like I mean I don't really agree with like telling you that you should be somewhere at any time frame because I don't agree with that and I don't know your program and I won't say that, but like just you saying that you feel like you're not somewhere, then just restart steps, man. That's the most simple thing that you can do. There's no time frame to this. You're gonna do this. So hopefully you're gonna be doing this for the rest of your fucking life, man. So who cares if you have to restart it?
Yeah, gosh, I didn't even think that, fuck, when I came in here tonight, I didn't think I'd be, yeah, fuck.
I know why I wouldn't be offended either.
Fuck, I do feel like Wyatt would be like, I would be offended if I was Wyatt, so I don't know.
That's not what the steps teach. So.
I get it. I get it.
Xander, and then I think Nick has his hand up.
I think he's yawning, but
No, I want to say one more thing.
Well,
Xander, then
Alright, so I think what Aaron was trying to say is like what I was trying to say, like, or like what I kind of was starting on. It's like if you like worked and like saw your defects of character and your part in it, like what did it affect when Zach asked you, are you ready to get like honest? Was it your self-esteem, your pride, your pocketbook? Was it your like what character defect in you made it so that you weren't able, since you've already done your 4th in 5th? It's like what part in you made it so that you weren't able to cut all this time and to get to this part where we're taking a look now at your work. Like what was it? Like what? I'm just asking you.
I mean, I get you. Self-esteem and ego, probably.
So your ego and
yeah.
And so then, do you see now like why Aaron and like other people are saying it's like because if you worked it properly, you would be able to remove all that and just right off the rip, like Milo, what's going on, and there wouldn't be resistance. You feel me? That like once you like properly work that, it should have just been like flowing out of you. Like I fucked up. Mm-hmm. This is what I did. I'm in recovery. Like God is watching everything. God is in me. I'm only doing this with God. You love God. You know what I mean? It's like He doesn't want to see you fighting. He's with all of us right now, doing this to you so that we could make you like see this. It's like maybe it had to happen, and like Aaron's not talking about like when he was talking about your program, like your program is your program, but he has a very good working knowledge of like at step 9 these lists need to be looked at, and maybe you need to go back and reassess like why it's coming up. Dude, I was the worst. These seats, I used to kick chairs and run out, and people would have to drag me back because I was in Kentucky and I had nowhere to go, and then another 4 or 5 hours, and then I'm kicking holes in the wall, and then back in. Like literally, it looked like a war zone, and I couldn't get it. They kicked me out because I wasn't working, and looking back, if I really was like working, because I didn't surrender. I wasn't willing to listen to the sponsor, and I didn't want to. Because I still thought my life was gonna be chill, but then it got worse and worse and worse. And then like once I like just surrendered and like was able to like go into it with like openness, like it's so different, bro. And that's why like I think like someone like Aaron or most of the people here that are a little bit like that have a working knowledge of like how it's affected their life, like it's so crazy to see like how easy it will be when you get put in a situation where you can remove those character defects and apply like the principles and the integrity in the program into any situation. Like this isn't an AA situation. We're just using like words have nothing to do with the 12 steps, but when it comes into the integrity of the situation of why you're being grouped about the words, it's like this is where we use our program because we're all addicts and alcoholics. What the fuck do we know? We know the program that changed our lives and made it so that we're able to sit here and group you and guide you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have so much time in this house. Like when you apply the steps and the spiritual change, like it's like you'll be like another dimension. Like Zach sits there and goes, are you ready? And it's just like, yeah, I fucked up. I did this. I did that. I'm embarrassed, or I'm apologized. It's not like you're not feel it. This is what you will feel. I'm not feeling like I need to fight it. I'm not feeling like I need to defend it. I'm not gonna make it hard on them, us. It's gonna be like it'll be like this, bro. Trust me. I swear to God. I swear on my family. That's what the reaction will be if you trust in like maybe you need to take a look at that part. That's all.
Fuck yeah.
Thanks, Xander.
We're gonna hear from Nick, and then we're gonna take a break. Reconvene in a sec.
So, just a few things, and I'm a little ADHD, so forgive me if I'm disorganized, but a lot of people here care about you, and they wouldn't. You're a senior member. I'm brand new. I don't know Graceland structure, but I know structured programs. Okay. What I feel the vibe is that you've been here almost a year, and everybody has high expectations because of what they've already seen from you as a good person. So it's like they wouldn't have grouped you unless they knew that you were lying. Like they wouldn't have, like he wouldn't have started off, are you ready to get honest? Because he knew you were getting ready to lie to him. Now this situation is very much like a situation that I was in when I was about 7 years old. All right, I was coming home from school and I had some bad grades and some missing homework. So I knew my mom was about to bust that behind, right? So I get strapped to the bed, you know, not strapped, but you know, I gotta straddle it, all right? And pants are coming down. Well, I really don't like that strap. I really don't like that belt, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro, it hurts. So me personally, I'm gonna squirm, man. And a lot of times when I would squirm, I catch a belt buckle to the face. And that's a true story. And tonight, I feel like you experienced a belt buckle to the face. And honestly, man, if I were to just took it like a young man, 2 or 3 little straps on the back, a couple words, it would have been over a lot sooner. And I probably wouldn't have to hide no bruises from nobody. All right, bro. Thank you for letting me share.
Thank you, Nick. We're gonna take a break.
Stop first, stop first.
Aaron, 20.
Aaron's back's
Whoa,
okay.
whoa,
See how
whoa,
fast he's going?
Staff
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
Oh,
what you
man.
doing?
Sorry about that.
Not you have to kiss their feet.
Oh, yeah.
No,
there's
this
this.
dark.
You have to line up single file.
Jesus, I'm trying to get my shoe on.
Thanks.
Credit check.
Yeah, see, that was easy.
38 hours.
You're all the way up there.
Is this really cohesive?
Here I come.
What?
You're so strong.
Oh, fucking, I'm too old for this shit. Bro, you're getting like mad at me because I'm like disappointed. Hey, a friend. I've been in this for 7 fucking years, bro. I had 6 years of sobriety. 6 years.
You didn't cough loud enough. Don't.
And I'm not saying that's a fucking
Just like you. If you're not around the community, it's not like that.
Everyone was great, I was like, you know, everyone can have their theories, but I know you just are aware.
Me and Josh, he had his little brat, and there was holes in it, and he's like, come on, Josh, there's holes in it. And he's grabbing Anthony, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? I'm just so mad at him that night.
I haven't
I
seen.
wouldn't even talk about it. You don't have to come in, bro. You got me so fucked up. I said, in my world, I said, this should come flat out this, dude. I said, that's like a reality situation.
Fuck, it's cold as
This is different. In a reality situation, in incarceration, that's where you hold your guys in with you. It doesn't happen like that.
Mitch!
What up?
What's up, buddy?
This is a very insulated environment.
Graham, Thanksgiving with family?
Oh, it's good, dude. I wanted to mention, you got a letter from the IRS I saved here. Yeah, you want me to open it?
No, don't fucking, goddamn it, you might have to.
And it would have been immediate.
Motherfucker, I forgot to pay my taxes
I
last
give you a
year.
second to check yourself.
How was your
Oh,
Thanksgiving?
that's it. You're fucking. Let's go. You don't even have time.
How's the,
It's like,
how's
okay.
the, how's the weather out?
What's it?
This is a done
What's
deal.
your hot upstairs?
And
No, it's in the
that doesn't
cabinet.
change. The world's not gonna fucking change for you. You either are on
If
camera.
you see any other IRS things, fucking, they're fucking wrong, and I need to figure out what the fuck they say.
I'll send it, I'll forward it to you or something.
I think it's probably a I mean, I skipped out, I think, 2 years on taxes.
I'm so sorry about your life right now.
How'd you do that? You were, man. How's the weather out there, mate? You guys in a snowstorm?
It's fucking cold, dude, it's, yeah, but it's currently 13 degrees.
Oh, Jesus.
What is it there?
Here it's in the fucking, I don't know, that's maybe 60 something.
No. There's no like, there's like,
60 something, so
it's immediate, like,
fucking
you know
different.
what I mean? There's no like, back and forth.
When you get
It's just
100%,
What'd you say? You broke up.
Oh, it'll last 2 hours. For sure. Yeah. But then this goes, you know, any kind of.
so you getting grouped?
Oh, am I getting hurt? I have no idea.
The real world is not so fucking compassionate, you know?
I don't know.
Mitchell.
Can you hear me?
I can,
Mitchell,
you're
can you
breaking
hear
up.
me?
Sarah, say that.
Hi.
What was that?
I said hi, it's Sarah.
What is it? Oh, the Wi-Fi is cutting out.
He's just dragging it all the way to the fucking end of the world, and if there's no end of the world. He's been insulated in his family and his fucking nomad lifestyle.
This is the first time I've ever been late to a group. That's mean. Oh, now you're stranded out here.
Yeah, it's been going on for a while. I mean, this is like,
Your tire popped. Now I'm stranded out here.
Stop. Wanna come not sleep with me? We hang out all night. We so
What'd you find? What is that? Let me see. Can I see it? Let me see. No, but I'm not.
He's like putting me on this bullshit pressure. You really got me fucked up, bro. You have no fucking idea. like, okay, everybody is very nice and respectful and polite. Sorry. If you're not, you just get in the grab the shower and you get your head beat. This is just an effect. And that goes for a lot of things, you know. Wherever it is, or you're gonna get completely exiled. You're not gonna be, you're just exiled. That's it. There's no, you know what
The highest thing you can do is unexpected
I had a company, a screenprint company, a screenprint company for about Dennis, my best friend. And we were doing all the fucking insurance for the fucking skinhead dog and Denver, and then for George Creek and President Elevated and everything. Right, we were doing all this shit. And Dennis decides to do some weird little lie to George, you know, and then I get a call, and it was George, Eric, you know, what's up? He said, where's your fucking buddy Dennis? I said, I don't know. I said, well, man, I need to fucking talk to him. And Dennis started lying to him about some stupid shit. It was the stupid shit. Dude, 14 Hells Angels fucking showed up, dude. Every fucking shot. And I said, dude, you better fucking tell me the fucking truth, dude. And he will. You know, and Dennis's dad worked out with George Christie. They didn't come two together, like old school. And I'm like, dude, your dad. I mean, I'm like, what you? And it didn't matter, dude. And it was all fucking bad. There was old people hiding under the table, and everybody came in. And they dragged his ass out, and I basically, it was ugly, because he just couldn't be fucking, you know, a grown-up about the situation. On something really small, and it elevated into this really ugly situation, because he would not fucking tell the truth. You know? I'm trying to make people look stupid, like you're like, you know, like, really? You know, like, it was really bad. That's some really bad situation for people being fucking sideliners. There shouldn't be a sideliner. That's it. You know what I mean? And that's just a simple village. It's that fucking simple.
You're trying to like almost like, you know, make it seem like you're right another person and really.
Yeah, all this other shit, dude, straight to the fucking point. It's that simple. And me and John, I was like, he sent me all this shit, and I was like, it started off like he sent all these 1,000-word essays on his phone, and I'm like looking at him, he's zooming in, I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, yeah, I'm like, come here, check this out, let's compare this, because these look almost identical, and we look, and they were super close, almost like they were copy and pasted. And then he's like, well, they're different, they're a little bit different, but they look almost, they look almost identical, they're that close, right? Right, well that's the thing, was so, it was just a mess, okay, so what happened was, he sent me his work, and I'm like, we better bring his work in, you know, because he was already on the spotlight for a bunch of shit, and it's something that came up in the last 1 year and all this, and so they're like, well, you know, we didn't even, he didn't bring his work in. Then he brought him, he didn't bring him in that night, he brought him in days but the thing was, what really set it off, I was kind of like, I had him, I was like, okay, then we're there, and he was like, I said, dude, but then he came in, and he had a brand new fucking reflection cabinet. And I'm all, you're an freshman. Oh, no, and he like, put it in there, and I looked at it, and then I'm all, and I'm like, this is my thing, that's what I thought, yeah. Because it was compared to, and it was the other director. And I'm all, oh, hell no, dude. You know, because you were like, oh, I'm like, fuck, I mean, you have to think is, all my buddies from sports, checks, telechecks, and documents, and fucking roads. I mean, I'm like, dude, like, what are you doing, dude? Really fucking setting up with that was on top of that, is then he went and showed different you're different. I said, no, all he did was pull the thing out of his hand and then switch it out. I'm like, he's just manipulating the pages. I'm like, then I was it. I was talking to him.
Camera.
I hope so. I ain't even trying to do all this thing. He just fucks holes underneath the bus.
You guys like normally go after
it.
I don't understand sign language,
Eating.
1 week today, 2 weeks.
I saw it on the game. I was watching the screen.
50 something.
Ah.
I mean, I don't want to ever think of that again, but yeah. One day at a time. Oh my god, it'll go by like really long.
Well, hey, the good news is that I've already got 1 week down. You've got 2, so it's like 50 more for you. And
I've like double the time.
We'll start marking off.
Oh, not like that. Shit, like, what more?
I'm tired.
He talked like documentary where he talked like a
Yeah. You get a lot of
That's for better relationships. When I do 4 hours at work.
Have you seen the Turkish Bible?
I've done that.
Jason loves that stuff. Dude, like, I want to go
Come on, little brother.
Hey guys, we're shutting it down. Your phone's about to die. I hope you guys had a good night. Have a great night, guys.
I do a lot of power.